program. And as I always say, the joy is that we're never quite sure how it's going to turn out, but it's always wonderful. We are going to get started. A long time ago, some men, women, boys, and girls sailed on a ship across the sea. They left their home in England because they could not live or pray the way they wanted. These people were called The ship was called Mayflower. Very good. King James, can you stand up? We're ready. You must. You know what, King? Here you go. Tall and proud. Here you go. Tell him again. You must. You must. Very good. All right.
We are leaving for a new world far across the sea. We want our own church.
King James. Very good. Now all the pilgrims are going to get into the Mayflower. Yeah, watch the water. And remember, if you're a tall pilgrim, you're in the back of the boat. All right.
The Mayflower was as big as 2 trucks. It was not big enough. The pilgrims and the sailors crowded together to eat and sleep. The children had no room to run around, and they had to leave all their toys and pets behind.
Sarah? Shady? Shady?
I am bored and lonely. When will we get there? How much water? Be patient, it'll get worse.
The children hated the food on the ship, but they had to eat it. It was all they had. There was nothing but the same old salt horse and hardtack. And they also ran short of water. And they really are eating salt horse and hardtack now. So we're not sure if they have to finish chewing before they say their next lines or not. All right. Emma, you're next.
Salt horse and heart attack again.
Kyla. Kyla.
I am thirsty. I like the fresh water.
And Shaylee.
I am seasick.
Their journey took 2 months and 3 days. Finally, on the 65th day, they saw land.
Did you see land?
When the pilgrims arrived in the New World, they got down on their knees and thanked God for a safe trip.
It's lunch day.
Here, pilgrim one.
Prayer hands.
Thank you, God,
Very good. Meanwhile, the New World was not a new world to the Indians already there. They knew all about this land and were skilled hunters and gatherers. They created everything they used to hunt, cook, sew, and have fun. Animal skin and bones were used for clothing and tools. Stones and wood were used for weapons and eating. Andy?
I'm raised on I know ancient deers.
Very good.
I sew clothes to my family from the skins of deer.
I gather.
I gather nuts and berries around the forest. This is our land. This is our home.
Some of the Indians had never seen white men before and were afraid of them. The white men were taking over their land to build new settlements.
I see red making up a boat. This is our land. This is our home. Where are these people?
The Pilgrims made a new friend that year. His name was Squanto. Squanto was one of the people who had lived near Plymouth before the white men came. He taught the Pilgrims everything about the land that he knew so well.
Squanto took the Pilgrims to the river and showed them how to fish.
Go ahead, Squanto. Get the fishing pole.
This is how to catch fish.
Good. Squanto took them to the forest and showed them how to hunt deer and turkey.
Squanto showed them how to gather plants for food and medicine.
Hey, sweetheart, can you gather? Well, we're going to do fish and corn. Squanto showed them how to plant corn. And he's taking the corn, and he's taking 2 dead fish and putting it into the hole with the corn. And then what do you want to tell us? Corn needs...
Corn is first before top.
Very good.
The Pilgrims learned many things from the Indians. They had never worked so hard before. After working all summer preparing for another cold winter, the Pilgrims invited the Indians to a feast. They also invited Chief Massasoit.
Oh, and Pilgrims, can you all stand up now? And Pilgrim Mom, you have something to say. Kate, you have something to tell us.
Thank you for teaching us the ways of the land.
Thank you for inviting us. My people's hearts are filled with the warmth of your friendship. We will be your guests.
The feast lasted 3 days. The Pilgrims cooked wild turkeys and the Indians cooked deer. From the water they got lobsters and fish, and from their gardens lots of vegetables. From the corn they planted they made popcorn. It was a time of eating and sharing. They had so much to be thankful for. It had been a hard, terrible year. They gave thanks to God for their good friends, their new homes, and their plentiful food. And now, Pilgrims and Indians, could you fold your hands? And could you say our prayer for us? King James too? Okay, count.
Many blessings, the big ones and the small. When Thanksgiving Day comes, may we be thankful for all.
Very nice. You did a spectacular job. Would you like to take a bow? Very nice. Now, Indians and Pilgrims, you have a feast table over there where you can go find your names, and we have refreshments.